Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn History second chapter, India Events after 1960. India became independent in 1947. India accepted the constitutional framework in 1950 and became a sovereign democratic nation. The Indian society is multicultural and people of various languages, regions, ethnicities, and castes live together. During the initial period after independence, India needed to solve different issues of economic, political, and social development. The establishment of the Planning Commission and emphasis on industrialization was a means to achieve economic development and to eliminate poverty in India. Successful conduct of elections and faith in democratic traditions made it possible for us to achieve political stability. At the same time, several social reforms, including policies and programs for the weaker sections of the society, were sought to be implemented. The events in 1960. In the decade of 1960, several events occurred which had a huge impact on the political situation in India. The regions of Goa, Diu, and Daman were freed from the Portuguese rule and became parts of the Indian Federation. The tensions between India and China on the northern border, which had been rising since 1950, culminated in the War of 1962 between two countries. This war was fought in the region of the McMahon Line. After India became independent, the first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, led the country. He was the architect of India's foreign policy. His contribution to the social and economic development of India is significant. Jawaharlal Nehru passed away in 1964. After Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri became the Prime Minister of India. In his tenure, the different events occurred as India-Pakistan War in 1965, Tashkent Agreement. Lal Bahadur Shastri gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, with which he highlighted the importance of Indian soldiers and Indian farmers. Lal Bahadur Shastri breathed his last of Tashkent in 1966. After Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India in 1966. During her tenure, Pakistan's oppressive policies in East Pakistan resulted in a big movement there. This movement was led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his organization, Mukti Bahini. This crisis in East Pakistan affected India as well because millions of refugees came to India. The events in 1970. The 1971 war between India and Pakistan led to the creation of independent country called as Bangladesh. As a part of India's policy to use atomic energy for peaceful purposes, India successfully carried out an underground test of an atomic device at Pokhran in Rajasthan in 1974. In 1975, the people of Sikkim voted for joining the Indian Republic and Sikkim became a full-fledged state in the Indian Federation. During this decade, the political situation in India grew unstable. The Allahabad High Court gave the verdict in 1974 that Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, had misused the government machinery during her election campaign. It led to nationwide strikes and protests. During this period, the situation became more complicated due to the movement led by Jai Prakash Narayan. The situation of law and order in the country worsened and the government declared a state of national emergency on the basis of constitutional provisions relating to emergency. During this turbulent period, the fundamental rights of Indian citizens were suspended. Due to the emergency, the Indian administration became disciplined but the human rights were restricted. The period of national emergency lasted from 1975 to 1977 and after that general elections were conducted. On the back backdrop of the emergency, many opposition parties came together and formed a party called as a Janata Party. That time, the Congress party led by Indira Gandhi was roundly defeated, and by this newly formed Janata Party, Morarji Desai became the Prime Minister. But under his leadership, the Janata Party government could not last long due to internal differences. Charan Singh succeeded him, but even his government was a short-lived one. After that, again elections were conducted, and in 1980, the Congress party under the leadership of Indira Gandhi came to power again. The 1980s. During this decade, the Indian political system faced many new challenges. In that first one, as Sikhs in Punjab demanded an independent state of Khalistan. And because of it, the movement which went to become as a violent and the destructive Pakistan had lent its support to this movement. The Indian army was sent into Golden Temple at Amritsar, a holy shrine of Sikhs, in 1984, to evict the terrorists who had allegedly taken shelter there. One of the Sikh bodyguards in Indira Gandhi's personal security assassinated her. During this period, an organization called United Liberation Front of Assam carried on a major movement in northeast India. Right after Indira Gandhi's assassination in 1984, Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India. He tried to make several reforms in the field of Indian economy and that of science and technology. He took the lead in solving the issues of Tamil minority in Sri Lanka. He promoted the idea of united Sri Lanka with internal autonomy to the Tamil community, but his efforts in this regard proved to be in vain. He faced a lot of criticism in the context of corruption that took place during a defense equipment deal, especially the purchase of long-range cannons from a foreign company that called as a Bofors. Political corruption became a crucial issue in the general elections that followed, and the Congress party was defeated. Several political parties formed a coalition called as the Janata Dal, and Vishwanath Pratap Singh became the next Prime Minister of India. The policy for providing reservations for other backward classes (OBC) is considered to be his most important contribution. He could not continue as Prime Minister due to internal differences in the party. In 1990, Chandrasekhar became the Prime Minister of India. His government was also short-lived. In 1991, during the election campaign, the terrorist organization in Sri Lanka Liberation Tigers of Tamilium assassinated Rajiv Gandhi. Towards the end of the decade of 1980, the unrest in Jammu and Kashmir had begun. The terrorist activities there forced the Kashmir Pandits to leave the valley. This problem grew serious day to day, and today it has taken the form of terrorism. In this way, in this part, we learned about the India's events after 1960, the work of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and as Vishwanath Pratap Singh, Chandrasekhar. After that, the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi, and the problems created after 1980 in front of India as the Jammu and Kashmir as terrorist activities. Remaining part we will see in the next part of this lesson.